Hi guys, welcome to today's video. We'll be doing some more kneeling full body stretches today. So begin kneeling on your mat, sitting down on your heels with your knees together. Inhale and reach your arms overhead, and as you exhale, fold over your legs for child's pose. So if your forehead doesn't quite reach the mat here, an option for you to do is to stack your hands on top of each other to kind of raise the ground up towards your face. So just placing one hand on top of the other and then the forehead on the hands. Another option, if your hands and forehead still seem quite far apart, you can make fists with your hands and then stack the fists on top of each other and then rest the forehead on the top fist. The goal here is to allow your neck to relax as your body softens over your legs. Take a couple more breaths here. Just breathing into the belly, relaxing the neck, relaxing the jaw. Just tuning in to how your body feels today. Now allow the head to hang down towards the mat and stretch the arms out in front of you, bringing the hands pretty close together. Make sure the arms are stretched out as far as you can reach, and you'll feel a deep stretch in the armpit area in the shoulders. On your next inhale, push the hands into the mat to come back up to seated, and then inhale, reach your arms up overhead. Press your palms together and exhale them down in front of your chest. We'll do 2 more cycles of this in time with your breath, inhaling the arms up, exhaling palms to chest, inhaling up, exhaling, pressing the palms together. Now come forward so your hands are on the mat, on your hands and knees. Tuck your toes under your feet and push your hands and feet into the mat, lifting your hips up to the sky. Tailbone turned towards the front, pushing the hands into the mat, pedaling your feet out, reaching the heels towards the ground, knees can be bent, and then step your right foot forwards between your hands. Bring the left knee down to the ground, flatten your foot, and breathe, feeling the stretch in your legs. On your next inhale, rise up, engaging your core, putting your hands on your hips, making sure they're squared to the front of the mat. And then exhale, straighten the right leg, flexing the foot for a nice stretch in the back of the right thigh, in the hamstrings, and in the calves. On your next exhale, allow your torso to soften over your right leg for a deeper stretch. And then inhale, flatten the right foot to the ground, bending the knee again, coming back to the low lunge. Place the right hand on the left side of the right foot, so on the inside, stepping the right foot out a little more to the side, settling into what is called baby dragon pose. You can also be on your fingertips if the mat is very far away. Just engaging the legs and the core. Now as you exhale, straighten the right leg and then swing it back around so that the knee comes beside the left knee. Sit back on your heels, spreading your knees to about mat width distance apart. Extend your arms out in front of you. Bring the forehead to the mat for a wide-legged child's pose. Take a couple breaths here. Just feeling the difference in the body on the right side compared to the left side. And then on your next inhale, push the hands into the mat, slowly pushing yourself up to seated. Come forward into tabletop, tuck the toes under the feet, push the hands and feet into the mat, lifting the hips up for downward dog. Bend the knees, feet about mat width distance apart. Pedal the heels down towards the mat, keeping the shoulders wide and away from the ears and sliding down the back. On your next inhale, Tuck the tummy, engage the core, and step the left foot forward this time to between the hands. Lower the right knee to the ground. Flatten the foot for low lunge on the other side now. Use your fingertips to balance and engage the legs really, really strong, as well as the core. And then inhale, coming up, hands to the hips, making sure you're squared to the front with your hips. One isn't further towards the back of the mat than the other. Roll your shoulders back. And then folding over the left leg, straighten the knee, flexing the foot for a nice stretch in the back of the leg, the thigh, and the hamstrings. Exhale and fold softly over the left leg for a deeper stretch, and then inhale, flatten the left foot to the mat, bending the knee again. Place the left hand on the right side of the left foot, so walking that left foot out a little bit so the hands are on the inside, and breathing into baby dragon pose. Keeping the spine long and straight, reaching out through the crown of the head still so that we're maintaining that long spine. And breathing. Now straighten that left leg so that you can swing the knee back to meet the right knee. Bring the knees to touch, sitting back on your heels, and forehead to the mat for child's pose. This time bring your hands back so that they're near your feet, really just allowing the shoulders to relax. Although if your forehead doesn't quite touch the mat, please feel free to place your hands there for support, as long as your shoulders can relax a bit there. Now inhale, push into the mat, coming back up to seated. And now moving into a kneeling position. So the tops of the feet are flat on the mat, and we're just kneeling right now. And then we extend the right leg out to the side with the foot flat on the mat, pointing forwards. Legs really strong here, keeping that left leg straight and just feeling the stretch in the inner thigh. Now inhale, reach your arms up overhead, bring palms down to in front of the chest, and then reach that left arm up as you slide your right hand down your thigh. You'll feel a deep stretch in the side body here, in the whole left side, all the way from your hips up to your shoulders. Inhale to come back up, and then swing down the opposite way so the left hand reaches towards the ground as the right arm reaches up and over. You can be balancing on your left fingertips and gazing up at your extended right hand. Now engage the core to come back up on an inhale. Place your hands on your hips and then bring the right knee back to center to meet the left. And now we'll repeat on the opposite side. So extending the left leg out to the side, toes pointing forward, right knee right underneath the hip. Inhale, your arms overhead, press the palms together, exhaling in front of the chest. And then place your left hand sliding down the thigh. Inhale, reach your right arm up overhead, and slowly lean, just extending that right arm over to the left slightly so that your hips still stay center and you just feel the stretch in the right side body. Inhale to come back up to center, and then the opposite way, so reaching that right hand down towards the ground, maybe only balancing on the fingertips as you reach your left arm up and overhead, gazing at the fingertips. Legs really, really strong here. Just breathing into the deep stretch in the side body as well as the legs. Take one more breath here. And then on your next inhale, engaging the core, legs really strong, swinging back up, and then bringing the left knee in to meet the right knee. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead, press the palms together, and exhale the palms down in front of the chest. Now we'll move into our final wide-legged child's pose for today. So knees are about mat width distance apart, toes touching, sitting back on the heels. Inhale, reaching the arms up, and exhale, folding forward over the legs. Forehead touching the mat. If it doesn't, just stack the hands so that the mat comes a bit closer to your forehead. And just breathing here for a couple breaths. And then on your next inhale, begin walking the hands down to your back. Press the palms together and then roll the fingertips so that the hands flip, so you have a reverse prayer pose on your back. Press the palms together really strong and you'll feel a really nice stretch in the shoulders here, and the muscles that go all the way up into the neck. And your hands can be at any spot on your back. It could be your lower back, mid back, upper back if you can. Or if this feels like too much, you can just clasp your hands behind your back to get a similar stretch in the shoulders. Take one more deep inhale here, filling your belly as much as you can with air. Then as you exhale, allow your arms to slide back down to the mat and make it an active exhale. So use your diaphragm to continue pushing the air out of your chest until you feel like there's absolutely none left. And then notice how it's automatic. The breath just comes back in for the inhale. There's no effort there. And then when you're ready to come out of child's pose, place your hands on either side under your shoulders. Press into the mat, very slowly coming up into a seated position. Take a couple breaths, just feeling how your body feels now compared to when you started. And inhale, reach your arms up, and exhale, bring the hands to heart center. Thank you for joining me today. Namaste.